welcome to the sixth episode of our 10-in-1 video series entitled 100 Commonly Misused Words Used in WAEC, NECO and JAMB Lexis and Structure. This evening we want to start talking about the sixth part of our video series, and for easy access we have decided to split this episode into two parts so that we shall be considering part 6a and part 6b. So in the first part of this part 6 we shall be looking at words number 51 to 55, so that in the second part of the same episode we'll be considering words number 56 to 60. And words number 55 to 51 to 56, we have words like it/it, that's the one without apostrophe and the one with apostrophe. Then we shall be looking at your and yours, you and I/you and me, then ours, okay, without apostrophe, and ours with apostrophe. And then we'll be looking at theirs, okay? And then in the second part of this episode, we'll be looking at words number 56 to 60, like I said earlier on. And for words number 56, we shall be considering things like which, who, whom/whose, and then sometimes separated, and then sometime, and we shall also add another word like sometimes, the one that carries X, okay? And then words 58, we'll be looking at some words like somehow, and 59, we'll be looking at honest, sincere/frank. And then number 60, we'll be looking at cloth, clothes, and clothes. Right. If you look at words number 51 to 55 very closely, you find something that is common, okay, among them. These words are all pronouns, all right? And as pronouns, students have got to be very careful, okay, with the way they approach these words, whether in spoken English or in written form or under the examination condition. Let's talk about spoken English, for instance, okay? The conflict between the words might not be noticed very easily, okay, when you are speaking, all right? Like when you say things like eat or eats, all right? So nobody will know the one that you are referring to between the two, okay? But when you are writing or when you are under the examination condition, you've got to be very careful, because if you write with it without an apostrophe, that is where you're supposed to write with it that has an apostrophe, then the error, okay, is going to appear very loud and clear, okay, in written form. So students have got to be very careful with the way they use these words like your and yours and you and I and the rest of that. So this is what we want to discuss in the first part of this video. The first set of words that we want to discuss in this episode includes it/its, that is the one without apostrophe and the one with apostrophe. And the approach we want to use for this analysis is what you already have here on this table. We shall consider the words first, and then we'll consider their definition, and then the part of speech that they belong, and also how to use them in expressions. So let's get started. The first word that we want to look at here is it, that is the one without apostrophe. Now, what does this word mean? This word means something that belongs to it, okay? And then another thing you must understand about it is that it is a third person personal pronoun, and it is the possessive form of that personal pronoun. Among these personal pronouns, I and we are used for first person, you is used for second person, they, he, she, and it are used for third person. Now, they is plural, while he, she, and it are used for singular third person. Now, he is masculine, she is feminine, okay, while it does not go with a defined gender. In other words, it is used as a neuter gender, that is for something that does not have a defined sex. Now, whatever belongs to it, we attract this pronoun that we are considering, that is it, the one that doesn't have an apostrophe. So it is used for showing possession for it. That is, when something belongs to it, then you are going to use it, the one without an apostrophe. So under this definition, we are saying that it is a third person possessive singular personal pronoun. So it is third person, then it shows possession, and it is singular. All right. So with our definition, you can already understand that the part of speech to which it belongs is possessive pronoun. Now, what is the usage of these words in expressions? The first one we have here says the pole is on its flag. All right. So you can see that the form of the word that is used here does not have an apostrophe. So if you introduce an apostrophe, okay, to this word, then you are going to get it wrong in this expression. Because as far as this expression is concerned, it's trying to tell us that the flag, okay, belongs to the pole. All right. So if you should bring an apostrophe before the S, then you are going to get it wrong. By the time you say the pole is on its flag, like I said at the beginning, okay, in spoken English, the difference will not be so clear, all right? When you say the pole is on its flag, people will not quite understand whether you are talking about the one without apostrophe or whether you are talking about the one with apostrophe. But in written form or other examination condition, like I said at the beginning, okay, the conflict will reflect very clearly. So that is why you have to be very careful. In an expression like this, apostrophe is not needed. Then for the second one, it says the plant is on its pot. Just like we explained here, okay, the form of this word that can go with this expression is the one that doesn't have apostrophe. So you say its pot. You cannot say things like its pot by introducing an apostrophe. If you should say this, it's going to become it is pot. And that's the next thing we want to talk about now. So in our second word here, we have it, that is the one with an apostrophe. What's the meaning of this word? It means two things actually. The first one is it is, and the second one is it has. So what part of speech does this word belong to? It is a contraction. And what's the meaning of a contraction? That is two words that have been brought together to form one word by the use of an apostrophe. So instead of saying it is, you now say it's. Right. Let's look at the use of this word in expression. We have two expressions here again to consider. The first one says, it's hot outside. It's hot outside. All right. So you can see an apostrophe has been introduced here. When you expand this expression, you're going to get, it is hot outside. It is hot outside. Then for the second one, you have, it's been a nice day. It's been a nice day. You can see also that the apostrophe is introduced here. You have to be very careful in decoding the meaning of these words in written form, that is in expressions. Okay, when you have it, you have to be very careful to know whether it is referring to it is or whether it is referring to it has. But in this case now, you cannot say it is been a nice day. No, it doesn't work. So it has to go to the second version of what? The meaning of the word. Okay, and it will now read as it has been a nice day. It has been a nice day. All right, so that is the way this expression should be read. So that is that about the meaning of these words, the part of speech to which they belong, and the use of the words in expressions. The next thing we want to talk about is their appearance in past questions. JAMB 1982. The wicked boy threw a stone at the bird, smashing dash two legs. A eats, B eats, C eats, D eats, E eats. So when you look at these options correctly, this one is not properly written, okay? There is no apostrophe after it. This one is well written, but it means it is or it has, like we explained, so it cannot go. And then here you have how many options remaining? It, and is. So the correct answer to this question is option A, which is it. It is the correct possessive pronoun, okay? The correct form of the possessive pronoun that can stand in this expression to show that the legs belong to the bird. Right, so that is that about how to use the words it and it in expression and what we can do with them under the examination condition.